Hello, great souls. Welcome to our Yoga for Everybody, Chair Yoga Flow. Let's take a moment to center ourselves. So coming into a comfortable seat, feel your feet connected to the earth, the spine lifted and lengthened. Just imagine yourself reaching up energetically through the crown of your head, as if you could touch, if you're inside, the ceiling, if you're outside, a cloud maybe. So lifting and lengthening energetically, consciously relaxing shoulders down from the ears. If it's comfortable, palms turned upward is a receptive position of the body, and it cultivates a quality of receptivity within us. Nothing to be concerned about if you need to have your hands turned down. Sometimes for shoulders we'll need that. We still can cultivate receptivity. So belly relaxed as you breathe, eyes closed if that's comfortable. Behind closed eyes, lifting the gaze gently, as if looking out to a distant mountain peak. Breathing in and out through the nose, nice relaxed breath. And then begin to intentionally fill the lungs to capacity when you inhale. And then empty the lungs completely when you exhale. So nice, slow, deep inhalation, whatever length that is for you. And when you feel like you've gotten to the capacity of your lungs, pause for a moment. Notice how that feels, and then release it. Exhaling, again, with a slow, deep, relaxed rhythm. When the lungs are fully emptied, pause for just a moment and notice that experience. Then inhale. Fill the lungs completely. Notice if you can sense in your upper back an opening there or energy there as you fill the lungs. Exhale fully and completely. As you do, notice if you feel anything in the belly area as the diaphragm moves with that deep exhale. One more full inhalation, lungs to capacity. Take a few moments to retain the breath and then exhale fully and completely. And then allow the breath to flow on its own, without controlling it. And again, just notice the body, the breath, the position of the eyes if they've dropped at all, and just lift that gaze again, gently guiding energy up toward the forehead, and in particular it goes to the point between the eyebrows here. No sense of strain, no sense of effort, just simply allowing. Then bring the palms together in prayer position to the heart center, bowing inwardly to the spark of divinity within yourself and within all beings with Namaste. Namaste. Okay, so you can open your eyes again and just take note of how you're feeling right now, how that experience was for you. Filling the lungs to capacity, retaining the breath for a few moments, exhaling completely, experiencing that and inhaling again. We rarely do this in everyday life, where we'll challenge ourselves to actually fill up the lungs. It's very good for the lungs and for the body to be filled like that with prana, life force, oxygen, and then also to really empty them. Again, we rarely empty them completely. Most of us breathe, even if we breathe deeply, we're just somewhere between those limits. And it's fine, but what I've noticed by practicing that type of breathing, my sense for myself, it's really increased the length of my breath, because we can fall into a pattern unconsciously with our breath and be much more shallow and short in the length than we really need to be. So that's kind of in general. Another thing that I'll say is that if something causes anxiety, one of the first things that will happen with the breath is it will get very shallow. And the diaphragm can actually constrict and freeze a bit. So it's always been interesting to me that it's true that a deep, full breath is relaxing for the nervous system. And sometimes once it gets activated, that's a very difficult thing to do. So if someone will say, relax, take a deep breath, sometimes I can. I mean, I say that to myself, is I'll notice the tension building in my body. So our breathing practices, sometimes referred to as pranayam, or pranayam. Prana refers to life force and energy, and yam refers to yama, is control, mastery of the life force. So in many ways, all of our yoga practices is a pranayam. And then we have specific practices like breathing techniques that are working with the energy through the breath. And again, my experience, the more that I practice this, I then begin to utilize the tool and the power of the breath to reverse states of stress in the body, practicing compassionately with where you are. So I was saying a moment ago that, take a deep breath. Well, if I can't take a deep breath, I try to be compassionate in that awareness, like, oh, wow, it's actually difficult to take a deep breath. So maybe if I move a little bit, and that creates space. So we'll go into our yoga physical practice here and, be aware of our breath. We'll just see if it shifts and changes at all as we practice. So let's do that upper body movement. A nice one is a circle of light, circle of joy. So bringing the hands together in prayer position. We'll inhale, fingers interlace and elbows lift up. Exhale, hands move out in front. Nice stretch, and you can often feel it in the shoulders and in the upper back. Inhale, lift and lengthen, really stretch the spine, reach up to the sky. Exhale, use the mind to visualize light and joy surrounding you. And then we bring the hands behind the back. Now this can be a little tricky with the chair because of the back of the chair. So sometimes I'll come forward just to create more space. The fingers are interlaced behind the back, and we inhale, creating an arch in the spine. Exhale, release. Palms together, hands at the heart. We'll do this one more time. Inhaling. And exhale, eyes can be open or closed. Hands are out in front. Inhale, lift and lengthen, stretch the spine, stretch the body. Release and exhale, arms circle. Hands come behind the back. Inhale, release, exhale, palms together, hands at the heart. Very nice. Let's move into shoulder rolls. So the hands can be on your thighs or up on your shoulders, and we'll roll them. And you can do this with the breath simply being natural breath, or you can align movement with breath, and that would be inhaling up and exhaling down. I usually slows it down quite a bit for me to do that. But again, depends on the length of your breath. And then reverse directions. And just notice as you're practicing, how you're feeling the movement. So often I feel it in the shoulders, but then all along my spine, I can also feel it. And exhale down. Nice. So from here, we'll bring chin down to chest. First, lengthen through the crown of the head on the inhale. Exhale, chin comes down to chest. Nice stretch for the back of the neck. Take some deep, full breaths in and out. And we'll inhale back to center. And exhale, turn the head to look towards the left. Belly relaxed as you breathe. Breathing in and out through the nose if you can. Inhale back to center. And exhale, looking to the right. Breathing as deeply as is comfortable for you. And inhale back to center. Very nice. We'll lengthen again one more time through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, tilt your left ear towards your left shoulder. See if you can feel a nice stretch along the right side of the neck. A few deep breaths. So I'm not trying to fill my lungs to capacity anymore, just letting a nice relaxed deep breath happen. Inhale up and exhale to the other side. And I am not just the weight of my head, but I'm kind of reaching towards that shoulder to increase the stretch a bit, as that feels good in my body. Inhale up, pause, just kind of readjust a little bit as you need. Inhale fingers, and we'll bring them behind the head for butterfly. So we inhale, expand, whole upper body, a nice arch in the spine. Exhale, bring elbows towards each other and chin to chest. Flowing with the rhythm of your own breath. When you're ready to inhale, you expand like a beautiful butterfly. And exhale, bringing the arms, the wings together. Chin towards the chest. Inhale, expand. You can hold either position for a few breaths. So if you hold it, just make sure you're not holding the breath. It can be open or closed. Sometimes it feels just really good. One direction or the other especially feels good. Very nice. We'll inhale up. And exhale, arms down. Beautiful. And we'll practice side-to-side stretching. So I'm going to scoot back in my chair just a little, because you always want to make sure you're stable in your seat. We'll inhale, left arm up. Reach tall. You can use the leg of your chair to support you as you come over. Reach through the fingertips. Rotate the head to look up to the sky. Just see if you can feel a nice opening in the side of the body. This kind of stretching really does help create space for the lungs to expand. So a lot of times what keeps the breath shallow is tension in the torso. We'll inhale up, exhale down. Very nice. And then we'll go to the other side. Right arm comes up, lengthen, and exhale over. And then rotate the head to look to the sky, reaching through the fingertips. Deep, full breaths in and out, and just notice where you feel the stretch. See if you can sense tension being released in the body in an easeful way, right? So we're not forcing the tension to go away. We're inviting it to release. Inhale up, nice, and exhale down. Okay, so let's extend left leg out. We'll stretch the lower part of the body now, and position your right leg just to provide enough stability, because we'll come forward in our seat. Lengthen through the spine, and you can come forward, lead with the heart center just as far as is comfortable. The main thing you're going for here is a nice lengthening in the back of the left leg. With a neutral spine, it creates a pathway through the spine energetically for the released energy from released tension to flow. And we're guiding that to the point between the eyebrows. So this is a modification, a variation of Paschimottanasana, the seated forward bend. The affirmation is, I am safe, I am sound. All good things come to me. They bring me peace. Here, if you like, you can exhale, release round the spine. So surrender now. And just take a few deep breaths. The weight of the torso, gently stretching the spine. Mentally affirming, I am safe, I am sound. All good things come to me. They bring me peace. And then we'll inhale up. Bring the leg back to neutral. Pause for just a moment to sense that anything that might be happening within the body. And then we'll go to the other side. So right leg extends out. Position yourself so you just feel kind of just right in the seat. Lengthen the spine. Inhale, exhale, lead with the heart center. Come forward. And first, pay attention to the back of the leg and get that to the place where you feel like, oh, it's a nice stretch. What you want to feel here is a sense of relief, a sense of like, oh, that feels good for my body. What we don't want to feel is creating tension. So sometimes we get focused on how far can I go? I'm not listening to my body, I'm just trying to go forward because I think it looks better or it is better. But what's best is what my body needs, right? Swami Kriyananda said we store anxiety, the qualities of anxiety and worry in the back of the legs. So that's why the affirmation, I'm safe, I'm sound, all good things come to me. They bring me peace, he wrote for this pose. So then you have the option, if you like, rounding the spine, release through an exhale, drop the head and neck. Deep, full breaths in and out. Affirming safety and security and peace. All good things come to me. They bring me peace. I'm safe, I'm sound. All good things come to me. They bring me peace. And then we'll inhale back up and pause for a moment. Very nice. So we'll come into a seated twist here. You can have your feet on the floor and knees side by side, or you can cross one leg over the other. So if you're crossing, I'm not going to mirror. Let's see, maybe I will. Give it a try. I try to mirror because it's a little bit easier for you guys watching me. So we're crossing the left leg over the right. We lift and lengthen the spine, and then slowly, beginning at the base, begin to exhale and turn towards the left. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And you just keep moving until you get to a point where you've really gone as far as you can safely and comfortably. So you want to be sure that it feels dynamic, meaning I want to challenge myself a little bit. I don't want to be so relaxed in the twist that not enough is happening within the body, but not so far that I can't wait to get out of the pose. That's an indication I've gone too far. So we're looking back in the direction of the left arm. Swami said that in this asana, energy floods the heart center. It awakens in the spine, the base of the spine in particular, floods into the heart center, and then it continues to rise, and especially if we guide it there consciously to the spiritual eye, which purifies the heart's energy. The affirmation for this pose is, I radiate love and goodwill to soul friends everywhere. I radiate love and goodwill to soul friends everywhere. Inhale and exhale, unwind, come back to neutral and cross the legs. Pause for a moment. See if you can sense within you awakened energy flowing through you and radiating out. Pure quality of divine friendship, soul friendship to all. I radiate love and goodwill to soul friends everywhere. Deep breath in and out. Very nice. And we'll cross now the right leg over the left. Lift and lengthen the spine. Inhale, and as you exhale, just slowly begin to twist. And exhale, building from the base of the spine, moving up. The head is the last to turn. You could hold the back of the chair to support you in the twist. Just make sure you're not pulling yourself into the twist, which can be tempting. Mentally affirming, I radiate love and goodwill to soul friends everywhere. I radiate love and goodwill to soul friends everywhere. Inhale up, lengthen, exhale, unwind, uncross. Pause for a moment, palms turned upward, and just notice how you feel. Physical body, emotional body, mental body, quality of your breath, whatever you are aware of. See if you can meet that with space, compassion, acceptance, whatever is true in this moment. Radiate that pure love, divine friendship to your own self. So radiating out goodwill, love and goodwill to all. Include yourself in that equation, that you too may feel blessed by this purified love, divine love. Deep breath in and out. Very nice. Let's come up into standing. So we will come into downward facing dog. I'm going to turn my chair to the side here. And what I'm doing is using the seat of my chair for the floor. So first we lift and lengthen, hands are on the thighs, we exhale forward. You want to be close enough to bring your hands here, and my chair is on a mat so it won't slide. And then I bring my feet back and I keep moving until I can bring my body into Adho Mukha Svanasana. I bring my ears in alignment with the upper arms. Begin to breathe deeply. See if you can feel that stretch coming up from the feet, along the legs, down the spine. Energy flowing through the arms as well. Culminating in the point between the eyebrows. This asana cultivates a quality of calm expansiveness. The affirmation is calmness radiates from every fiber of my being. As you breathe, imagine ripples, waves of calmness radiating out from the very center of your own self. Calmness radiates from every fiber of my being. Deep, full breath in and out. Calmness radiates from every fiber of my being. To come out of the pose, we walk our feet towards the chair, bring ourselves up into standing, coming into Tadasana, mountain pose. This is standing mountain. So once you come into Tadasana, you take a moment to find your center, to find your stability, feet connected to the earth, lifting and lengthening again through the crown of the head with shoulders relaxed down, belly relaxed as you breathe. The affirmation for Tadasana is, I stand ready to obey thy least command. This is primarily an allegiance with your own self, that whisper of wisdom within you, that when we are quiet enough, we can hear. Another one of our affirmations is, in stillness I touch my inner strength. Tadasana guides us to that stillness and inner strength as well. Deep, full breath in and out. Very nice. So from here, let's practice Natarajasana, dancing Shiva. I'll move my chair a bit. So I use the back of my chair for stability and support. You can play with it if you don't feel like you need the chair. It's just there as an option. So I'm standing first on my right leg, and I bring the left leg behind, so I have the chair to hold on to. I'm holding my ankle. You can keep your hand here the whole time. Offer yourself forward. If you feel stable, you can raise the arm up off the chair. The affirmation is, while I move through life, I remain anchored in my highest self. While I move through life, I remain anchored in my highest self. Keep the breath flowing, strengthening and stabilizing of the body and the consciousness, helping to keep us centered deep within, where we find access to our divine nature, that spark of divinity we bowed to at the beginning of our practice today. Very nice. So then you'll come out, bring the foot down, use your chair for stability. Pause in Tadasana, see if you can sense the body bringing itself back to balance, but not quite getting there. So it's helpful to notice when our system, physically, starting with that, is just off a little bit. This pose in particular, I can always feel a significant difference. If I were to just walk off the mat right now, it wouldn't feel right to my body. So we give the body balance by going to the other side. So now we'll stand on the left leg, and you can hold your chair. The right foot comes behind. And then just play with that and see, or do you feel comfortable raising the arm up? Keep the breath flowing. Mentally affirming, while I move through life, I remain anchored in my highest self. While I move through life, I remain anchored in my highest self. A few more breaths here. Very nice. And we'll come back, come to Tadasana, pause for a moment. Beautiful. So I'm going to show you Ustrasana on the floor. If you're not able to get down on the floor, you can practice it seated at the edge of your chair with your hands halfway or all the way back. If you're on the floor, one way to get down is to use the seat for balance. And then you bring your feet in between. And I have my hands on the legs. My spine is neutral. Inhale, and I begin to walk my knees forward, bringing myself into Ustrasana, just enough. So the legs of the chair provide stability. The heart is lifted to the sky. Visualize yourself surrounded in divine healing light. The affirmation is, with calm faith, I open to thy light. With calm faith, I open to thy light. With calm faith, I open to thy light. To come out, we come back to neutral. If you're on the chair, you'll bring yourself neutral seat with palms turned upward. If you're on the floor, you can be kneeling. This is Vajrasana, the firm pose. Relax the shoulders down from the ears. Guide your focus deep within, lifting the gaze to the spiritual eye with a relaxed breath. Just notice how you feel in your body now. When you breathe deeply, sense if there's any changes within the breath for you. In stillness, I touch my inner strength. In stillness, I touch my inner strength. We'll inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come into Balasana just for a moment to stretch out the spine. So if you're in the chair, you release forward across the legs. If you're on the floor, you come across the thighs. Release the head and neck. Just a couple of breaths here. Then inhale up. Come back to neutral. And we'll close our class together. I'll come up into the chair. Let's send out waves of peace as a blessing to all. Om. 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 Peace. Amen. Okay, great souls. So good to be with you today. Many, many blessings to you.